The world saw diamonds, glamour, and endless romance. But what if I told you that behind those violet eyes was a life full of chaos, heartbreak, and battles she fought again and again? Elizabeth Taylor was born on 27th February 1932 in London, into a family that already had connections to the art world. From the very beginning, it felt like she was destined for something extraordinary. When World War II began, her family moved to the United States, and that's where her journey towards stardom truly started. As a child, Elizabeth wasn't just another young actress. She was different. Her beauty was striking, almost unreal, with her famous violet eyes and natural charm. Hollywood noticed her quickly. By the time she starred in National Velvet, she wasn't just acting. She was becoming a sensation. The world fell in love with her innocence, her elegance, her presence. But growing up in the spotlight comes with a price. As Elizabeth transitioned from a child star to an adult actress, the expectations grew heavier. She wasn't just expected to perform, she was expected to be perfect. Every move she made, every relationship she had, every decision, it was all watched, judged, and discussed. And then came love. Or at least, the search for it. Elizabeth Taylor was married 8 times. Not because she took love lightly, but because she believed in it deeply. She was the kind of person who gave her whole heart every time. But sometimes, love didn't last. Sometimes, it broke her. Her relationship with Richard Burton became one of the most famous and most intense in Hollywood history. They met while filming Cleopatra, and their connection was immediate, powerful, almost explosive. They fell in love while she was still married, which created massive controversy. The world watched as their romance unfolded, full of passion, fights, luxury, and emotional highs and lows. They married, divorced, and then married again. It wasn't a simple love story. It was a storm. But Elizabeth wasn't just dealing with emotional struggles. Her health became a major battle throughout her life. She faced serious medical issues, multiple surgeries, near-death experiences, and constant physical pain. At one point, she was even declared clinically dead for a brief moment during a surgery. But somehow, she kept coming back, stronger, more determined. Yet, pain doesn't just stay physical. Like many people under intense pressure, Elizabeth struggled with dependency on medication. The constant stress, the public scrutiny, the emotional roller coaster, it all took a toll. But instead of hiding it forever, she eventually faced it, sought help, and worked to rebuild herself. And then, something changed. In the 1980, when the world was gripped by fear and misunderstanding around HIV/AIDS AIDS, Elizabeth Taylor did something very few celebrities were willing to do at the time. She spoke up. She became one of the first major stars to actively support AIDS awareness and research. When others stayed silent, she stood in front. When people were afraid to even talk about it, she used her voice to educate and help. She raised millions, broke stigma, and gave hope to people who felt abandoned. That was a different kind of courage. Not the kind you see on screen, but the kind that changes real lives. Her acting career continued to shine, with powerful performances in films like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, earning her critical acclaim and awards. But by this point, Elizabeth Taylor was more than just an actress. She was a survivor. A woman who had faced heartbreak, illness, addiction, public judgment, and still stood strong. On 23rd March 2011, Elizabeth Taylor passed away at the age of 79. The world didn't just lose a Hollywood legend. It lost a woman who lived fully, loved deeply, struggled openly, and fought fiercely. Her life wasn't perfect. It was complicated, messy, emotional. But maybe that's what made it so real. Because behind all the fame, the beauty, the diamonds, was a human being who kept getting back up, no matter how many times life knocked her down. And sometimes, that's the most powerful story of all.